It is time. After 8 weeks and 7 games without Aaron Rodgers, number 12 makes his return to the Green Bay Packers. This half hour, complete coverage to prepare you for today's game against the Panthers. Wreaths Across America continues today with another ceremony taking place at Austin Straubel Airport. White Congressman Mike Gallagher says it's important to honor our veterans. And a California wildfire grows overnight into the state's third largest ever. How its size is making fighting this fire a challenge, and what crews could say about the damage they expect to see.
From WBAY TV, coverage you can count on. Action 2 News This Morning starts now.
Well, today is the day Aaron Rodgers returns to the Green Bay Packers just in time to take on Cam Newton and the Carolina Panthers. Good morning to you. I'm Eric Riethel in for Aisha today. Now, the Packers released Joe Callahan from the 53-man roster to make room for Rodgers. Activating number 12 off injured reserve was mostly a formality, as Rodgers was cleared to play earlier this week on Tuesday. With more about how Rodgers readied himself for today's return, we're sending you out now to North Carolina and Action 2 Sports' Dave Schrader.
Welcome to Charlotte, site of Aaron Rodgers' return, and while the rest of the team has had to take it one game at a time to get here with playoff hopes intact, Rodgers has not had to abide by that cliche. He's been able to focus on this game for the last 8 weeks with a broken collarbone, and perhaps the extra prep for the Panthers will pay off, with the Packers seeking to run the table a second straight season to make the postseason.
We've done it before. We did it last year. We were 4-6, and a lot of people counted us out. I saw something, that we have 750 to 1 odds to make the playoffs. We've never shied away from those type of circumstances, and we're not going to again. Obviously, I think there's an expectation of the way I play on Sunday and how I'm going to play. I enjoy those expectations. I enjoy meeting those or exceeding those. That's what it means to be a leader in this locker room and the quarterback of this team.
It's about finishing. It's about never giving up. We just won't die. We're like zombies around here, and we're going to fight to the end, and that's what it's coming down to.
It's going to take winning all 3 of these games. 2 big wins in overtime to get us in this position. We obviously need a little bit of help along the way, but we got to take care of our business and win these next 3.
As Han Solo would say, never tell me the odds. 3 wins in a row right now doesn't sound so hard. After all, the Packers won 8 straight to reach the NFC title game last year. Rodgers in his career has given us RELAX and run the table. No one-liner for this season yet, but perhaps we'll get one if the Packers beat the Panthers. In Charlotte, North Carolina, Dave Schrader, Action 2 Sports.
All right, thank you, Dave. And we have more Packers coverage coming your way this half hour. Lindsay Polaris will join us in about 10 minutes to break down some changes to the Packers offense since Rodgers went down in Week 6. Wreaths Across America continues today at noon at Austin Straubel Airport to lay more than 200 wreaths to honor fallen veterans. The event started in our area yesterday in Green Bay as veterans braved the cold to lay down wreaths in honor of all branches of the military. The ceremony started with Congressman Mike Gallagher, who said it's important to honor those who serve all year long.
When I was deployed, we would always get letters and care packages and things like that from all over the country. And it meant a lot. I mean, because it can be a trying experience. It's good to see people coming together in support of our veterans.
And yesterday's wreaths were laid outside the Brown County Veterans Memorial in Ashwaubenon. Today's ceremony at Austin Straubel Airport starts at noon. We also have a lot of overnight news to get to this morning. Lawyers for President Trump's transition team say Special Counsel Robert Mueller got unauthorized access to tens of thousands of emails. In a letter to Congress, they accused the General Services Administration of illegally handing over emails from 13 transition officials. Mueller's team says everything they've collected was handed over through appropriate criminal process or by consent. A GSA lawyer says it was made clear to officials the work they did on official equipment could be turned over, and they had no expectation of privacy. The Trump team claims the emails are protected by attorney-client privilege. In California, a wildfire west of Los Angeles grows to the 3rd largest in state history. The so-called Thomas Fire has been burning for nearly 2 weeks now and is still spreading. It's about 4 miles wide and was fueled by 50-mile-an-hour winds. Thick, heavy smoke is keeping helicopters from dropping water, and crews say visibility is so low they won't know how bad things are until daylight.
We know some sheds were burned and so forth. We don't have any confirmed damage to structures, but those damage assessment teams will be going around to see if we've had any homes damaged or destroyed.
Fire trucks trying to protect nearby homes were spread out as the mandatory evacuation zone grew overnight. In Indonesia, a large rally marches against President Donald Trump, protesting his remarks declaring Jerusalem as the capital of Israel. Police estimate about 80,000 people took part, marching down a 2-mile stretch to the U.S. Embassy. The crowd carried banners and Palestinian flags as Indonesia's top Muslim clerics called for a boycott on American and Israeli products until Trump takes back his declaration. And now, above us, 3 astronauts, including an American, blast off overnight, heading for the International Space Station. The capsule took off just hours ago from Russia's Space Launch Complex in Kazakhstan. It'll take 2 days before the team docks with the orbiting space laboratory on Tuesday. There, they'll join 3 other astronauts who have already been on board the ISS since September. Well, we followed a number of online scams earlier this week here at Action 2 News. After the break, Tammy Elliott takes the baton, following up on what to watch out for when you go online.